guys, welcome to 9.3.3 Notes Day 1. Finding key features of a parabola without a graph. Oh no. So you guys are so good at finding the stuff when you have a graph. Today we're going to have to do it by hand. Okay, so today's going to be a little bit harder than just reading a graph. So first off, it has to be in standard form. Y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay, and this is the example that we're going to use today. So I would start by maybe finding out what a, b, and c are. In this example, there's a secret 1 here. So a is 1. B is actually the middle number, which is -2. And c is the last number, which is -12. Okay, so let's go over how to do this by hand. Which way does the parabola open, up or down? Now usually you would just look at a graph and see, but we don't have a graph. So the way to do it is if A is positive, that means that it opens up. If A is negative, that means that it opens down. Okay, so what would you guys say for our example here? If the A is positive 1, then it will open up. Okay, so we're just going to go down the line and do the same things we did, but now by hand. All right, what is the vertex? The formula, unfortunately, to find a vertex is -b divided by 2 times a. Now, that'll give you the x value. Then you're going to have to plug it back in to find the y value. Okay, so let's do it for this example here. -b divided by 2 times a. So -b, a -2 is a +2, divided by 2 times a, so 2 times 1. All right, so what does that equal? 2 divided by 2 is 1. Okay, so the vertex is 1 comma something. And then in order to find the second number, you got to plug 1 in back into the equation. You got to plug in 1. So let's get your calculators out and let's do that. So this is now 1 squared minus 2 times 1 minus 12. I'm just taking this 1 and I'm plugging it in for all the x's here. And you get -13. So the vertex is 1 comma -13. All right, good so far? The line of symmetry is always the first number of the vertex. And it's always a line, so it's always x equals whatever the first number of the vertex is. So for our example, if the vertex was 1 comma -13, then the line of symmetry is going to be x equals 1. Okay, moving on. You guys are doing great. The y-intercept, if you remember back to, oh my gosh, like chapter 4, the y-intercept, you plug in 0 for x. That's what a y-intercept is. You plug in 0 for x. So get out your calculators and let's go back to the equation and plug in 0 for all the x's. 0 squared minus 2 times 0 minus 12. You end up getting -12. Okay, so this is 0. Oh, well, you could just actually write -12. If you want to write an ordered pair, it would be 0 comma -12. Either one's fine. Okay, the x-intercepts. How you find those is you plug in 0 for y. Okay, you guys knew that. So if we go back to our equation here, we're going to plug in 0 for y. And we need to solve for x. This is the hard one. Oh, you didn't see that. Here we go. So now we plug in 0 for y, and we have to solve for x. Now you guys have options. You could do MA table. You could do quadratic formula. You got options, but, well, you have two options. So do you guys remember MA table, or do you want to do quadratic formula? That's your options here. I would say most of you liked quadratic formula, so we could do that. Just a reminder, quadratic formula is, I'll write it over here. It's the boy at the party. X equals negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Or you can remember MA table factoring. All right, so if you're solving this one, I'm going to do it straight in the calculator here. Try to get everything in. So we start with a big fraction. X equals negative b. So a minus is a plus 2. Let's do the plus version first. Square root b squared. So parentheses, negative 2 squared minus 4 times a is 1 times c is negative 12 all over 2 times a, which is 1. So the first answer is 4.61. And the second answer, if we make the plus, remember we went up and we changed the plus into a minus, and that one is negative 2.61. So those are your x-intercepts. Okay, that's it, guys. So your homework is page 13. There's 2 problems where you got to find all the stuff. Good luck.